Hey everybody, Dave Gagnon here from Integrity Square and getting a phone call right at the beginning of the call. So we'll mute that. We have Cody and Jan. I'm gonna kick it off to them so they can introduce themselves, tell you a little bit about their club and their responsibilities. Fire away, Cody. Why don't you kick it off?
All right. Yeah, my name is Cody Carlson. I'm the assistant manager, also the head salesman here at the Ogden Athletic Club. Been doing it for quite a while, so love the club. We're a large, health club facility. We do a little bit of everything. Tennis is a main focal point. We do, group X, swimming. We do, all of our cardio. We do track, basketball, kind of a 4,300 strength and conditioning kind of program there. And we're a large family facility as well. So, we service all members, age and everything as well.
Awesome, thank you. And Jan, how about yourself?
I'm Jan Carlson. I'm the general manager of the Ogden Athletic Club. I've worked here for 35 years, so I've been here for a long time. Again, just like Cody said, we're a large family facility. We have roughly about 3,500 memberships that come into the club. That converts into about 6 to 7,000 actual members coming into the club.
Nice.
We will churn in sales. We will churn about 100 a month, meaning we'll lose 100 and then we have to sell about 100 a month to keep things rolling.
Right.
So just has been a great experience working here. And we love all the new features that we get and all the new technology that rolls in that can help us with our jobs. So that makes it very nice.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, that's good for context. And without giving away too much, you're not a low price club, right? You're a mid to higher tier club price wise.
We're the highest range club in the Ogden area. However,
Okay.
Ogden in general is a very low range kind of thing. So you're looking at your single memberships are running around $50 a month. Family is about 120 somewhere in there. So
Yeah.
that's kind of a rough estimate of where we're at.
Okay. That helps with people listening to this for some context. So let's talk about the Prospect Wizard. You heard about it through Rex Roundtables, right?
Yes,
Yes.
heard about
Okay,
it.
shout out once again to our friend Eddie Talk. Love him. Talk about how it's been helping you on membership and sales levels.
Yeah, it's been great. If I had to sum it up into like one word or phrase, I would say it's just ease of access. It's been super concise and super effective in connecting to not only new clients but existing members as well, which has really been key. Um, yeah, it's been great for sure.
Awesome. And Jan, you want to add to that?
The thing that from a different point of view, watching Cody use it all the time, I don't use it as much as he does, but I can just see it makes my employee happy, to have a device that he can actually use that assists him in getting memberships that's fast and easy, and just to have somebody happy about something and be like, I love this piece of you know uh,
Yeah.
technology that's actually helping me out. It's a blessing as a manager to have that in your staff.
No, that's awesome. And for the listeners here, it's I'm not in your account right now. I didn't poke around prior to the call, but it's just the two of you as the users, or is there? I can't remember.
Yeah, so it's just the two of us. I'm heading it up, so I'm doing basically 99% of it.
Yeah.
But Jan's on it too in case I need to pass her, a couple things there.
Gotcha. Okay. And how do you use it? Let's talk a little bit about your tech stack. How do you use it internally? First of all, what are you using? ABC or MindBody? What are you guys on? I forget.
We're on Club Automation. That's the system that we use.
Club Automation.
So
Got
it's not really connecting with our system per se, but
No, no,
it is a huge
that's
help.
good. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the question. Like a lot of people were like, oh, this was not meant to try and be an API into, a
No.
hundred
Right.
different. It's a bolt-on, it's a standalone. So Cody, maybe you can talk a little bit about your workflow, right? They come in to your website, you engage with them, then what happens?
Yeah, so they put in their request, super easy to find and everything, which I love too. That just kind of auto grabs their attention. It'll come right to either or the mobile or desktop version, which is great because I can kind of be anywhere.
Yeah.
My job, although it's an office job, I'm kind of around everywhere throughout the day. So to be able to just go onto my phone really quick and send over a template, and I love templates. I'm a huge template guy, but to be able to do that kind of stuff helps out a lot. So they'll come in, they'll put in a request, I'll respond. There's usually I would say between a 3 to 8 text chain that goes back and forth, and then that either turns into a new join or servicing like I said, our prior members. A lot of people will just be like, hey, what's the schedule looking like today for group fitness classes, or hey, is the pool up and running? It goes down every once in a while. So just being able to interact with our community that way is great.
That's great, and you actually jumped ahead. Thank you for that. As far as like you're using it, you make
Yeah.
use of the app on your phone, clearly,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And you said you use templates. Maybe you could speak to that a bit.
I love templates, and I know because too because I bugged you about the app updating to get the templates onto the phone
Yep.
because once it got on, because I use templates all the time, so I was kind of limited a little bit for the desktop version. I would just be on that all day, but now that it's on the app, I'm on the app probably 80% of the time. I'm sending out templates. I have things like people nowadays, they kind of want information fast. They just want the real numbers, they want the pricing, they want the what's included. So I just have that in templates, and if someone's like, hey, I have 2 adults and 3 kids. I'm like, here's a family membership. Here's the rates. Here's what the contracts look like. And then we just go from there, and I don't have to retype everything. My only complaint with templates is there's not more of them. I use them so much. They're just so great. I wish we had 50 of them. That's
Awesome.
it.
Awesome. Well, they relaunched the app, as you're well aware. So now no
Yeah.
problems, right? It's easy,
Yep. Yep.
smooth
Definitely.
sailing. Yeah, they
Yep.
crushed it with the new app, I think. So Jan, over to
It is so user friendly for sure.
wonderful. That's great to hear. Jan, over to you, real quick. This has come up over time with other other clients. How do you guys internally handle the pricing discussion? What's your thoughts on that? Like, how do it's all ranges of people who are using this. So how do you guys handle it?
Yeah. Well, the interesting part is I've been here for 35 years, and it used to be, make sure you don't give the prices out. Make sure you get them in. Let's hook them before you come in. Let's hook them before you come in. And I see that a different clientele popping up anymore. I mean, they're not even going to come in unless you give them a price,
Mm-hmm.
unless you tell them. And quite frankly, how we do our pricing structure here is a little technically difficult sometimes. We have a lot of different things going on because we're family and we're adding on here and whatever. And Cody does really good. I look at his templates as things are shot out, and he's honest. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just an honest approach. This is what it is. This is how
There's no
much it will
fluff.
be. And why don't you just come in and try it out? And what I'm also seeing is, I never thought gyms were an impulse buy. And what you see now is people come up, they're texting Cody at like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Hey, are you interested? I'm interested in membership. This is my family. And the
Uh-huh.
faster we get back to them, they can be in the next day at 1 o'clock and joining up. So we do a really honest approach here, and we just tell them what it is because that's what they're looking for. And my it's just surprising to me. I get a lot more out of the sales team this way. They like to be on it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Cody will stop in the middle of a golf game and do something like, "Hey, I just got to do this really quick." It helps him out. He gets more memberships coming in that way, and it also is actually servicing people the way they want to be serviced, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah, and I'm 52, so I've been in this game now pretty long time myself, and in marketing. And you're right. It was the bad. I'm from the East Coast, New York. I remember the bad old days of come in, lifetime contracts. Bailey's is a great example of that. Bally's Fitness. They got in
Mhm.
trouble with the government. Those days are gone, right?
Yeah.
It's like you said, Jan. It's transparent. Be honest, be upfront, and if you qualify them right there, and they can't afford the 50 a month, okay, then it's not a fit.
Yeah.
It's I
And
I
and
get it.
the good thing about that too, what I've thought about is, maybe they can't afford it right now, but since you gave them that info, you know, let's say in 6 months they get a little promotion or they get a little extra money, they're like, hey, I got
Yeah.
$50. I know the gym's $50. Maybe I should go down there and do that now. So they
Love it.
already have it in their brain going forward.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's great. And how do you um do you? I know you're a template guy, Cody. Are you a tagging guy also? Do you use the
Um,
tagging
I
feature?
I tried tagging
Uh,
at the start. I'm not a tagging guy.
uh-huh.
Um, it I see the use for it.
Yeah,
For what I do, um, it's just like that extra step
yeah,
um, that I haven't found like that real use for yet.
right.
But I have tagged before, and it does work.
Mhm.
It's not that it doesn't work. I'm not sending out very many mass groups or anything like that since like Jan said, our churn is so high,
Right.
and I'm getting new chats all the time. I think it would take me more time to keep up with my lists than it would be to just send out some text individually.
So let's start. That's a great question, a great answer. Jan, as far as like the actual procedure, like when does when does it go from the prospect wizard into your main CRM? When does it go into club automation? How does that work for you guys?
Yeah, once Cody, he'll go back and forth. I'll tell you. I mean, sometimes it's like 2 days of texting back and forth. Oh, I got one more question. I've got one more thing, and some of these people I feel like he already knows before they walk in the door. And as soon as they walk in, that's when we put them in the system.
Yeah,
That's when they go into the system for us. We get their liability when they come in. They take a tour, and then we kind of go from there. Until then, it's just kind of a prospect out there. He can still generate that on a, will that change in the future? Probably. As we go down, I can see, we just changed over. We did a conversion change last summer in our systems. We were in club automation. We tried a different one, then we came back. So that system actually got a lot better, where the prospecting system might change and be better for us.
right.
But Cody's right into that chat bot more. I'd say, like I said, 80% of his time is in the chat bot as opposed to on our club automation system.
Interesting. So is it
So
fair to,
he likes that much better.
yeah, and we had another conversation with another Rex Roundtable member, the guys over at the Alaska Club. And what was interesting was he said, and Cody, you might want to opine on this. He said that they have a bigger organization, right? The rule there is don't enter into a text conversation unless you finish it, unless you can finish it, you know. And I'm like, I never really thought about that, because if you
Right.
start the conversation and then you drop them off, now they're gone. They're eating dinner, they're having lunch, you've lost
Yeah.
them, you know.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, definitely. No, I concur with that,
Uh-huh.
for sure. I think for me, like Jan said, I'm able to get on my phone at any time. So like I'll be playing golf. I was on vacation about a month ago doing some stuff down at Ursa, and I was still on my chat, just sitting there in meetings, just what's pricing for this? Send it right off. And
Right.
so it's just a constant form of communication. Um, I think that's where text nowadays is superior to the email, because the email is just this, you know, throw a ball here, wait a little bit, throw it back. Like it's so slow and it kind of
Yeah.
trails on for so long that you kind of play phone tag with them for a long
Yep.
time. But the text is so instant gratification, and it's right there, and everybody has their phone on them all day. So You can't say you didn't get it, you know?
No, and the
He,
deliverability is
he
like
was
90.
actually on vacation.
Yeah.
Say again?
He was on vacation setting up appointments for when he got back so he wouldn't miss out on anything. That's how that goes.
I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, I love it. It's speed to lead, right? This was developed by a guy specifically for well, not specifically, but with the franchise world and with the licensor world in mind, right? So you could have tons of people on one thing, and it's a very powerful system as you're seeing. So
Yep.
one more quick thing for both of you. How has the membership generally been, you know, are they happy with it? Do they not like it? Do they use it too often to complain and bitch and moan? Like how has it been received?
So, from my side, I think the members who know about it like it. I
Uh,
what I will do is I'll keep their chat history in there. I won't really clear it out, and I
yeah,
can see the same people asking, 6 months, 2 months, every other month, whatever the time frame is, but just constantly feeding back into the system. Hey, what's this question? So they know that it's a place they can get the information. And then for new members, I compared to all the other forms of information that we're trying to bring in, I would say this one's hands down the number one in terms of converting prospects into members. It's by far the most successful. Definitely has the highest ratio.
love it. Jan, you want to opine or add to that?
Um, yeah, I would agree with Cody in all aspects of that. What I found, like we had a lot of snow this year, and people call, how are the roads? Is it safe to travel down there? And I can send out things on Facebook, I can send out mass texts, but there's still stragglers that just don't know how to communicate with you or where to go. And
Yeah,
they just popped right onto that, and Cody could answer their questions really quick. And that
yeah,
was that was super great. And I believe, from the 35 years that I've worked here, phone calling is a dead end anymore. You call and nobody's picking up their phone. That's just how that is.
yeah,
You can email all day, but a lot of times they'll give you the junk email when they sign up or whatever, and you can't get a hold of them that way either. It's just the
right.
junk email because
Yep,
they don't want anything more in their email box. We've overloaded that system.
yep,
And texting is where it's at. That's where they'll look for information. And I don't think anybody complains about getting a text if it's something that they've reached out to get an answer to. And
100%.
I think it's, like I said, I think it's the top number one way to go right now because it's the only device that people are using, especially younger people. You
yeah,
know, Uh, I still get some older people on an email or a phone call, but if you're looking at people under 40, they're not gonna do anything unless it's a text.
Yeah, and I
yeah,
think I think Jan's right on with that, with the whole junk email, because people don't have a junk phone number unless you have like a WhatsApp or something like that.
yeah,
Like it's all
yeah.
going to the same thing. I mean, I get spam calls all the time. I can't change my number.
No, you could block them,
You can
but
block them, but you're
they
still going to
they
get them.
yeah,
So
you're still going to get them, but
yeah,
this is like you literally have to check the checkbox. It's very heavily regulated.
yep,
It's people won't it won't work if they don't put in their real number.
exactly.
It won't work.
Yep,
So you have that piece of data, and clearly you're doing it the right way because I always say with SMS, less is more. They
Uh,
will opt out like that if you start
yep,
hitting them too much, right?
yes,
So
yes.
how do you guys when you get them into club automation, do you use club automation's SMS capabilities to do internal stuff? Like how do you handle that? Or no?
We do some, I think, internal. We do a lot of emailing through our
Okay,
system via statements and that kind of stuff. Um,
gotcha.
once they get into the club automation, the communication via SMS goes down a little bit for sure.
Hmm.
But they
Gotcha.
still can access the prospects wizard throughout the life cycle of their membership. It's always going to be there.
Understood. Yeah. Go ahead, Jan. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, it would be great if you could figure out a way to use this for the onboarding, you know, sending them the emails back and things like that. And maybe that's a good way to do that. It's just going to take us a little time to figure out how to use different aspects of that. That could definitely be part of that.
Yeah.
Because you want to get them hooked up into a fitness training appointment and all of that stuff as they come into your club. But right now it's getting the membership in. That's the most important part, and we can call them and do emails and the rest of the stuff in-house as we get them.
Love it. Love hearing that. So what do you think? Would you recommend other gym owners kick the tires on this thing? Is it something that you'd
2000%.
recommend?
Yeah. So I've talked to some people myself, and they talk to me about their problems. I'm like, you got to try this out. This is it's all, and I'll give them like a little demo. I'm like, look at what it can do. I'll put in my info on her website, and it will send it right to me. I'm like, this is great. So, yeah, it's awesome.
I've totally done that too, like right in front of people.
Yeah, just right in front. Just look how fast. It's instantaneous. Just go right to the website, put it in, and then there it is.
Yeah, and usability, no problem, right? It was easy to learn. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fairly easy to learn. I mean, anybody my generation would have no problem just getting right onto it. For sure.
But to be fair, for people who are listening, I'm angry at you. Okay. I was worried about that, right? But the developer, to his credit, this guy out in Washington State, like they developed this to be lean and easy to learn how to use.
Very much so.
I think that's one of the reasons why, as of this recording, April 25th, 2023, we're still at less than 1% churn for a software as a service model. Like no one leaves. And if they do leave, it's maybe because they're switching their CRM, their main CRM, and there's a kind of similar function or whatever. But people have not left because they've been unhappy with the product, which is a credit to the main developers.
Yeah, like I said, it's very user friendly, very easy to access. Everything's kind of located in the right spot. It's right where you think it would be.
Right.
Like on the new version of the app, all your templates, all your set follow-ups, all that kind of stuff is just right there at the bottom.
Yep.
And it's just very, very easy to find.
Awesome. That's good to hear. And I send all this stuff, by the way, to the developer and CEO who I speak to weekly. So it's good feedback for them, for their team. So it's not just for me and Integrity Square and Rex. It's for those guys too. So this is super, super valuable. I'm going to let you both go, but did I miss anything? Do you have any maybe tips, Jan, Cody, for any other users, any suggestions, any hacks besides templates?
The only thing is Cody keeps saying, I wonder if they could get a few more templates too, because we have so many different departments that he could send out things from, so he loves the templates. It's just the big thing.
Awesome.
But no, it is a program that we will stay with. There isn't anything out there like it. We've tried some different things. There just isn't. We've tried different fitness modules that say they can do this and different things. There's a lot of people trying to do what this does, and they just don't match up. And this is easy and it's quick. And you know what? The last January and February, we had the best sales months we've ever had. So that just goes to show you it's bringing in the revenue and we're making the sales. And that's good for the company and for your employees.
Best ever, like even before COVID, like best ever?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this goes back to, we went all the way back to 2014.
Wow.
So since I took over as the general manager, and it's just magic for us, and that's a good thing.
No, that's amazing. Well, listen, I appreciate all the kind words. That's why Pete is, behind this thing to help out the industry. Obviously, we keep the pricing. You're right, Jan. There's only one other company. I'm not going to say what. They're not in our industry. They start at $250 a month, and that's only for 3 users. That's 3. We don't charge per user. We don't nickel and dime you guys. They start at $250, and that's only 3 users, and they don't even let you know how it's tiered. They don't give you full functionality. That's their lowest price point. Wow. So this is, and we have more features. They don't have.
Just a little quick interjection right there. I love the tier system too. the fact that you can instantly bump it up. Like during our busy season, we'll go to that 1500.
Yeah.
During like the summer months or anything, 500 is right around where I can keep it if I, limit what I'm sending out a little bit.
Yep.
But the fact that you can just go between them at any time is great.
Yeah, because not everyone wants to upgrade to the next month, and like now there's those
Exactly.
a la carte packages in there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there's no overages. SMS still has a bit of a slimy, sleazy-ish reputation because there were some really bad actors out
Yeah.
there, and there quite frankly still are. And so you're not getting charged for incoming, you're only getting charged for outgoing.
Right.
There's no overages, so your credit card statement isn't going to balloon out one month.
Yeah.
That's all a credit to the developer and being transparent. So customers like you guys don't get irritated and angry at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the kind words, and I'll make sure to forward this on. But again, thank you. I'm going to put this out there in the world and put it up on our website, and could hopefully, who knows, maybe you get some new members out of it, right?
There
Who
we
knows?
go.
Who knows who's going to see this? So whatever we could do to help you guys, we're always here, as you know. So
Perfect.
all
Okay.
right,
Thank you so much.
thank you, Jan. Thank you, Cody. Take good care.
Thanks,
All right.
David.
Bye-bye.
All right, appreciate it. Bye bye.